don't know everything about me. I've lived a lot of lives. Before I was an Avenger. Before I got this family. I made mistakes choosing between what the world wants you to be and who you are.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So I just want to put a quick disclaimer before we get started with the video. The Euros are on and I live in the centre of a city. England's playing, so you might hear some shouting, but I can't do anything about that. So other than that, let's get straight on another video. Okay, so Black Widow. Oh, it's just so good to be back in the cinema and for watching a Marvel film as well. It feels so weird watching a Marvel film in the cinema because it's been so long since we've had the last one. So I will say that this is a spoiler free video. I will talk about the post-credit scenes at the end, but I will say when I'm about to talk about that, so I'll leave on the screen where to click to so you can get the rest of the video. This film sets up the pre-Infinity War time quite well. I feel like it links perfectly towards the end, obviously because this film was before Infinity War and obviously towards the end. It's just there's something, when you watch it you'll know what I mean, but it's just there's something about how she leaves which links to other films as well, which you will notice towards the end. It's not really a spoiler, it's just if you just gotta think a little bit to realise it. It did make us quite happy though because I know exactly where she was going. So that was quite nice. So the setup of Natasha's story was perfect really. Obviously we don't really get to see much of Natasha in the other films. Just more of a throwaway character, more of an eye candy, male gaze kind of character. She's only there on the side really, and I feel like it was quite nice to see her as the main character, as the lead, because Marvel didn't really give us that in the first few phases, and obviously now we have Black Widow and Wanda, and obviously we're going to have a few more in the next few films. So it's just very nice to see that Marvel's allowing female leads and more female characters. It's obviously the Black Widows are female. A lot of the Black Widows are of different ethnicities as well, so that was nice to see a little bit of diversity, so I thought that was a good call. And then of course the action scenes were brilliantly choreographed. I just feel like they were just, it matches the both of the characters, but all the characters so perfectly. Of course Black Widows have like insane training, insane combat training, so all the choreographed action scenes just match them perfectly. You see in the other Marvel films all of the fights are kind of choreographed the same, but with this one it's choreographed different. It's definitely more intense and more intricate, so I think that was a good call for them to do. Florence Pugh was brilliant as always. As we know, she is definitely a good actress, and she is, I wouldn't say up and coming anymore because she's been in quite a few roles now, but it's good to see a wide range of what she can do, and it just shows how brilliant she is as an actress. And obviously she'd have to have a Russian accent in the film. I feel like she pulled that off alright. I feel like her character was very strong in the film and she portrayed her quite well. And then of course we also have David Harbour, who I absolutely adore. As you can see, I've got Stranger Things poster behind us. I feel like he just in my opinion, he fits perfectly for the Red Giant. Is he the Red Giant? Yeah. I'm sorry if I get names confused. I've had to also film the Loki review this morning as well, so many names to remember. At the start of the film there's also what I'll say is the start of the film doesn't feel like a Marvel film because you can tell they've concentrated more on the cinematography. And this is before the action starts, by the way. It feels like a proper movie, not a proper movie, but like Marvel doesn't really concentrate on the cinematography and how it looks. It's more about like the green screening and the action, and it's not more, you know what I mean. I feel like this just does mean that Marvel are thinking about it more and trying to get the films to just look better rather than just being, you know, action, and then like, there's a green screen, which I'm quite happy about because I feel like Marvel does need a bit of a change like that. It might be down to the director or obviously the cinematographer, but I just feel like it was a nice change to see rather than just like what Marvel usually does. The girls who played young Natasha and young Yelena, they were brilliant. Obviously they're only in the start of the film, but the girl who plays Natasha, she was brilliant. Like, she was so good. So I'd definitely look out for her in the future, because I feel like she's just such a strong actress. You'll see what I mean when you go watch the film. I just feel like there's so much more to come from her. I was looking at the reviews, I did see that some people were saying about how the film didn't give us much. I thought that was a bit weird, because it's an origin film. There's only so much that Marvel can give us. I just don't feel like that's true. They did give us pretty much as much as they could. They can't really give us much from an origin film, because they can't lead anywhere apart from leading on to obviously Infinity War. But yeah, I feel like for what it was great, and the backstory was exactly what we needed. It obviously showed the sad side of the Black Widows, and how it came about, and it also just shows how talented Natasha is and what she does. Obviously it is because she was trained like that, but I just feel like it's nice to see such a strong character that doesn't have superpowers. Obviously we did see her in other like Marvel films, but for a film to be concentrated on her, we really did need that, because I wasn't ever really too fussed about Black Widow, but since this film I'm like obsessed with her. So I'm going to say some spoilers here, just because I'm going to talk about the post-credit scene, because I need to talk about the post-credit scene. So I'm going to skip to here and then we can continue from there. Okay, so the post-credit scene, I thought it was a good one, but also annoyed me for what it was. Obviously, we see Yelena visiting Natasha's grave, and then obviously Valentina shows up. Also, I did like how Yelena got her dog. That was quite nice. But then Valentina shows up, and obviously Valentina recruited John Walker, which, you know, we don't like him. And she just doesn't seem to be a very nice person, because she told Yelena that Hawkeye was the reason for Natasha dying, which obviously that isn't true. Natasha gave her life up to help save the world, and so they did have a fight, like a physical fight over it, just so, because obviously they didn't want one another to die. But it's kind of annoying is because Yelena obviously doesn't want to be an antagonist, but from what Valentina's doing, she will be an antagonist. And then obviously it sets up Hawkeye, because she will be the antagonist of Hawkeye. And you know, I think maybe John Walker will appear as well, if she's recruited both John Walker and Yelena. So I feel like that could be quite interesting. I just want better for Yelena, because all she's ever been portrayed as is a bad guy. Obviously she was like an assassin under control and all that. And now she's been told false information and going to go kill one of the Avengers. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, I'm very excited for Hawkeye. Okay, so overall I would give this film an 8.9 /9 out of 10. Just because I feel like it could have been slightly faster paced, and I feel like a little bit more could have been included. But apart from that, I think it's a brilliant film, especially for what it is. There's only so much you can do with an origin story, and yeah, I'm just very happy that Marvel films are back in the pictures. It just felt so weird just being in there, and then the Marvel starting sequence playing. I was just like, this feels like a dream. But it was great and it was very exciting. But yeah, that's it for this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below if you don't miss other ones, and leave a comment down below if you're gonna watch it, what you think your theories are, if you have watched it. If you have watched it, and leaving a comment, make sure you put spoilers so you don't spoil it for people. But yeah, I'm very excited for this, and where it'll lead the MCU, and where Loki will lead the MCU. And if you haven't watched that, I videoed that this morning, so I'll leave the card up there so you can make sure to watch it. But yeah, other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!